Let's turn this cutting board blank into something special. I'm going to show you how to use your laser engraver to make custom cutting boards. Hey there, I'm Sarah. You are watching Creative Ramblings, where I share simple projects and tutorials that you can make at home. If that sounds like something you like, consider subscribing so you don't miss my next video. Today, I am going to walk you through how to create a custom cutting board. We're going to start with how to create your own graphic, how to use a laser engraver to put it on the cutting board, and then the steps you need to take to make sure that that cutting board can be useful in your kitchen. Let's jump in. We're going to start in Canva. Canva is an online design software. There is a free version, and what I am using here is the Pro version. It's about $119 a year, and it comes with all kinds of graphics, fonts, images, everything you need to create designs. You can find a link to Canva down in the description if you want to try it out. I created a file here using some stock elements, my last name, and the year I got married. And I'm throwing this all into a design. I'm going to center it and make it exactly how I want it. I don't need to worry too much about the size here. Once I have everything exactly how I want it, I'm going to go up in the right and I'm going to download this as a PNG file. Now we can go over to our laser software and import this image. I'm going to open up LaserGRBL and connect my laser. My machine needs to be on, plugged in, and connected via USB to my computer. Then I'm going to select COM3 and I'm going to connect it. Now I'm going to open the file that I just downloaded from Canva. With my design uploaded, now I can adjust the settings. I am using these settings that you see here to engrave on wood. I have found that these work the best for me. Down on the bottom, there's a number of different tools. I love this auto crop feature. It's going to take away all the white space, and then I'm just going to be able to work with my image. On the next screen, there's even more settings. First, I want to adjust the size. This is in millimeters, and it's going to adjust proportionately. So I want to make sure I have that sizing just right. Now up here, this little book icon is going to help me choose the right settings for the engraver. I'm going to choose my laser, the material, and what I want to do, whether it's engraving or cutting. And it's going to suggest some settings. I have found these settings to be very accurate. When I'm all ready, it's going to pull up my image and I'm ready to cut. We want to make sure the laser is unlocked. So down on the bottom, I'm going to hit that unlock button. Then I'm going to hit the center button, and that's going to move my laser into the right position. With the laser in the right position, it's time to focus it. So there's a little set screw on the side I can loosen, and it moves the laser up and down. So I'm going to set it up high enough to get my cutting board underneath. This little piece of acrylic here is going to help me focus. You just put it directly under the laser, tighten the set screw, and then pull it out. Now we know that the laser is the correct distance from the material that we're going to engrave. Back over in the software, I'm going to click this button on the bottom that says frame. This is going to let the laser draw a frame around my cutting board. It's going to help me see exactly where my image is going to be engraved. I can watch it here on the laser, make sure everything is set. Now that I know it's all positioned just right, I can go back to the software and hit that green play button and start the process of engraving. There's a couple steps we need to take to make sure this cutting board can be used in the kitchen. The first thing I want to do is take a really fine grit sandpaper and run it over the cutting board. It's going to take away any rough edges that might interfere with chopping of food. I also want to sand down some of the edges here. This was just a blank from the craft store, and so some of the edges are a little rough. When all of the sanding is done, I need to take a soft cloth and brush all of the dust off. I really want to get into any crevices where the engraving was to make sure that there's no dust left over. The final step is to add some cutting board oil. This is food grade mineral oil. There's a link down in the description. A bottle like this goes a long way. What this does is condition the wood and it helps it last longer. It's going to prevent it from drying and cracking. It's also going to give wood a really rich, beautiful look. So I'm just going to add some to a soft cloth and rub it into the board. For something thick like this, I want to do about 3 coats. So I'm going to rub it in really good, and then I'm going to come back and do another one until I have everything covered. Make sure you do the sides as well and a little hole on the top. We have walked through every step of making your own laser engraved cutting board. I hope you learned something today. If you have more questions, please drop them down in the comments. If you want to see more laser engraving videos, let me know what you want to see. I would love to help you out. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss my next one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.